Sometimes fully completing a game is the only way to see some of the stuff it's got in it. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on gameranx, we would like to talk about 7 surprises you got for 100% completing games. Just a quick disclaimer for you, this is about the endings of games, so there are going to be some spoilers. If you hear the name of a game and you're like, wow, I don't want this game spoiled for me, probably not the video to watch. However, I don't think any of these are particularly new games either, so you've been warned. Starting off at number 7, it's Batman Arkham Knight. You have to get 100% completion to even see the full ending cutscene. So you have to get all of the Riddler trophies to unlock the Riddler in a giant robot suit as the actual final boss. And beating him isn't 100%ing the game. No, it's part of it. You have to do it, but you also have to do all of the challenges, all of the side quests, everything to get the actual ending cutscene. Now, what this means is Batman activates the Nightfall Protocol, which is basically Batman hanging up his saddle to ride no more by blowing up Wayne Manor, seemingly with him inside it, and then a scene playing out very reminiscent of, the origin scene of Batman. However, with a fear toxin-fueled hallucination. I mean, it's a pretty intense ending. Batman's pretty hard on himself for mission complete, I'm gonna go ahead and say. At number 6 is Metroid Other M. There is a surprise returning boss that you unlock when you 100% the game. Probably the best part of Metroid Other M is the post-game where you just explore the space station, collect items. There's no real story, it's just the better parts of the game. Not that the story is bad or anything. At times it is. At times there's some pretty long and frankly embarrassing story scenes that happen.
A common SOS with the urgency of a baby crying. The nickname comes from the fact that the purpose of the signal is to draw attention.
But Metroid Other M is just a hell of an exploration game. Just going around rummaging through the scenery, fighting enemies. Yes, the fighting in Metroid Other M is just great. I really enjoy the hell out of it. Truly a very good game. But anyway, you get all the items, you 100% the game, and the bonus boss opens up, which is really a cool surprise if you're a fan of the Metroid series. It's Phantoon from Super Metroid, the boss of the wrecked spaceship. It's not only a bit of a nostalgia trip, but it's a really good boss fight that they did a great job moving from 2D to 3D, because a lot of the concepts that you know about how to beat the boss in 2D are fully applicable in 3D. And as I said a moment ago, the fighting in Metroid Other M is fantastic. It's just a really good boss fight, and it's worth getting to. At number 5 is Spyro 3, Getting Revenge on Moneybags. So in the Spyro games, you have to deal with this guy called Moneybags. He's a big pain in the ass who gates your progress basically by owning bridges, and if you pay him, he will lower the bridges so you can progress beyond the point that you're at now. He's awful. Every greedy person you've ever hated in your life, he functions as an avatar for as soon as you don't have enough and you talk to him, because he's awful. Anyway, players began to really hate this guy for some reason. Again, partially because he lowers your gem total, but I actually think it's because he's incredibly smug. Getting 100% completion actually lets you get a little bit of revenge on him. You can actually chase him around and beat him up until every gem he's ever taken from you flies out of him. Every Spyro game has some kind of completion bonus, but this is definitely the most satisfying one because Moneybags, he's the worst. I'm surprised they made him a bear and not a rat, because he might as well be a rat. He comes off as a rat. I sometimes misremember this character as a rat, despite having played the games very recently. He's just the worst, and he fully deserves that chase sequence. Let me just say, viva la revolucion. At number 4, with Super Mario Sunshine, you get to have a very relaxing vacation for 100% completing the game. Now, we didn't necessarily say these were all going to be good. It's actually one of the worst rewards you could get for 100% completing a game. Just a group photo that says, "Have a relaxing vacation." Sunshine is one of the hardest Mario games to 100%. So the fact that you get basically nothing, really, let's just say nothing. The fact that you get nothing for it it just makes it feel like a slap in the face. Games like Mario Galaxy 2, which unlocks the Grandmaster Galaxy when you get like 100% completion, or Super Mario 3D World, which unlocks the World Crown, or Super Mario Odyssey, which unlocks a harder final boss battle. They're all like way better rewards than a photograph that says, "Have a relaxing vacation." I mean, it's just the most passive-aggressive possible thing. And like, you did what it wanted. Oh, good job. You did all that work. Now you can relax. Like, shut up. I mean, it's not the worst, but the fact that it's so hard to get, combined with the sort of awkward syntax, "have a relaxing vacation," gives the screen major "a winner is you" vibes. And frankly, for the amount of work that you have to get there, it's almost impressive that they didn't bother coming up with something better. Like, is it really that hard to give us something? Could you not have taken an extra like day and designed like a room full of something cool? Or like ported some level from Mario 64 or something for us to play around in? I don't know. Anything is better than this. And number 3 is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, World 7, and Hard Mode. Like, this is actually a really good reward. Total opposite of the last one. If you beat every level, collect every Kong letter, and beat all the insanely hard bonus K levels in every world, you unlock the even more insanely hard World 7. And if you beat that, this is probably the funniest part about it, in my opinion, you get Hard Mode. Yes, in Hard Mode, where you only have 1 heart instead of 2, you can't use items and there are no checkpoints in the level. You have to do all of the hardest crap in the game, which is already very hard, and your reward is Hard Mode. I again, kind of respect that. This is actually a good reward in my opinion, because not only do you get extra levels, but the reward is a good reason to get better at the game. And I understand maybe not everybody looks at it that way. Some people might think you have to be a bit of a masochist to get this far. But here's the thing, if you're actually crazy enough to beat World 7, you probably like a challenge. So Hard Mode, probably not a bad reward actually. At number 2, Drakengard, the bizarre actual final ending. Ending E, as it is known. This was actually the first game directed by Yoko Taro, which is, let's put it this way, he's a weird dude. He's basically famous for being weird, and probably got most famous for directing Nier Automata, which is very weird, especially how it handles the endings. Like the Nier games, the Drakengard game had multiple endings that had specific requirements to unlock, and to unlock the 5th and final ending, you had to collect all 65 weapons, which means you have to do everything in the game, along with, you know, all sorts of secret, arcane, very strange, very difficult, sometimes borderline incomprehensible objectives. The final ending itself is truly bizarre. In a game all about flying a dragon in a weird medieval fantasy world, you go through a portal and end up in modern day Tokyo and get killed by a jet. Yes, that's the ending of the game. You get killed by a jet in normal everyday life, kind of. I mean, normal people don't typically get killed by jets, but plain old modern Tokyo.
Thank you for playing!
And finally, at number 1, in Grand Theft Auto 5, you finally catch Bigfoot. Getting 100% in GTA 5 is a huge ordeal. You have to complete all the story missions, all the Lester assassination missions, you have to finish all of Franklin's Strangers and Freaks missions, you have to do a ton of hobbies, ton of pastimes. It is an inordinate amount of work to 100% Grand Theft Auto 5. Getting 100% completion makes UFOs appear on top of Mount Chiliad. You get an orange t-shirt that says 100% on it. I mean, not the best reward I've ever heard of. And the final Strangers and Freaks mission, called The Last One, is unlocked. In this mission, you hunt a Bigfoot, who's actually a guy in a costume. But there is more also. A golden peyote plant appears somewhere that allows players to become a Sasquatch and actually fight the beast. It's also pretty insane to even get that far in the game. If you've done all of that stuff in the game, frankly, you deserve whatever you're getting. It's not normal person realm stuff. That's not a judgment, it's the truth. But what do you think? Leave us a comment. Let us know. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week, and the best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription. So click subscribe. Don't forget to enable all notifications. And as always, thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter at Falcon the Hero, and we'll see you next time right here on Game Ranks.